I love how this thing comes with a Screaming Eagle beard net. So when I'm cooking, and then it gets to wear it while I'm not wearing it. What's up, guys? I'm Sean from Srkcycles. This is a 2017 Harley-Davidson Fat Boy S. The Fat Boy S with the big Screaming Eagle 110. Now, if you guys know anything about the Fat Boy, you would know that the Fat Boy generally had two major flaws with it. One of those flaws is that they rarely ever put the biggest engine that Harley had available in the bike. With one exception, in 2005 and 2006, they did make the one and only Harley-Davidson CVO Fat Boy. They never made it before that, they never made it after that. But even back then, Harley-Davidson, the CVO motor was only the 103. This is the big bad 110B motor. Now, where this is different than the CVO is the CVO is going to have chrome, everything, chrome down here. It's all, mostly chrome, and it has a custom paint job. And it also comes with a very custom, very exclusive price tag. The S bikes basically just come with blacked out everything. The Fat Boy S only comes in one color. Well, two colors if you also consider black the second color. It comes in flat black and then this one, the satin black. They call this one Vivid Black. They call the flat black Denim Black. Now, of course, the Fat Boy is in the Softail family, so you don't see the shocks. It's got shocks underneath the seat that make it, do its thing. And because it's a Softail, it has the B motor, which means instead of rubber mounted, it's hard mounted. The engine is hard mounted to the frame, and it has a counterbalanced engine. So the engine's actually a balanced engine, and it's not going to have as much vibration as you would at a stoplight, as a other Harley-Davidson. Now, if you're going to black out your Fat Boy, what you're going to realize is, one, that there is so much chrome on your stock Fat Boy that you have to black out way more things than what you actually thought there was. I mean, every little tiny piece you got to take apart and get it blacked out. The other thing you realize is you would have saved money just buying the Fat Boy S. Just in the fact that you have to black everything out, you would save money, and then add on the fact that you get the big giant motor. So buying the Fat Boy S is actually saving you money. Good luck trying to convince that to your wife. But baby, I gotta buy the Fat Boy S to save money. Now, the second flaw that I've always seen on the Fat Boy, and also just the Softail family, is the lack of cruise control. I can't think of any Softail, and there might be some out there, I can't think of any Softail or Fat Boy that actually had cruise control, but this one does. I don't know why they don't put cruise control on every single motorcycle out there. It's cheap, it's available, they can do it. For whatever reason, they don't do it, but they should. This one has it, that's awesome, and it kind of takes the Fat Boy, which is a great touring bike, but makes it that much better of a great touring bike. Now, I know what a lot of you guys are thinking. You're thinking, but Sean, it's still a Harley-Davidson. It's not really that fast because you're comparing it to a sport bike. And to be honest with you, half of you guys who are comparing it to a sport bike can't even handle the sport bike. It's like comparing a Mustang, a Mustang GT Shelby 500 to a Lightning Bolt, But in the grand scheme of things, what this is you have to compare this to the majority of the motorcycles out there. The majority of motorcycles out there are Harley-Davidsons. Over 50% of motorcycles on the streets are Harley-Davidsons. There's no doubt that a Softail with a big CVO 110 motor in it makes it one of the fastest Harley-Davidsons out there. And you can't blame any company for making a faster version of the bike they already have. But there's only one way to find out how great this bike is. That's to take a first spin. I think it's out of guess. We gotta get a guess. All right, guys, before we do the test drive, let's do the words of wisdom. Matthew 15:6, let your light shine before men in such a way that they may see your good works and glorify your Father who is in heaven. That's a good verse. I was really inspired by that one. Man, even though it's cold outside, it is a beautiful day and a perfect day to be riding a Harley-Davidson Fat Boy S. Man, it's nice outside. So if you ever wondered, like the Fat Boy S and the CVOs, they have these little hairnet things. And what's going on there is because it's an open, the air intake is, it's an open element where it's way more open. Now they do that so that you can get all the air it possibly can. It needs a lot of air but then the downside is going to get dirty, and it's, you know, so if you're in rain, you probably want to put that cover on, or if you're in like dust, if you're driving to like the beach or sand or something where it's kind of, you know, it's kind of dusty and dirty, you want to put that on. You want to protect your intake, you want to protect your engine from getting bad stuff in there. But for the rest of the time, it lets the most amount of air in that you possibly can. So I've always been a fan of the Fat Boys. I think they're just cool bikes. And because I don't think that, because they are cool bikes. They're cool looking bikes. They're comfortable. They're very iconic. If you have not seen my other video I did about a year ago on the history of the Fat Boy, it was called Harley-Davidson Fat Boy and everything about it. You got to go check that out. It's a really interesting story about how the Fat Boy all came about. And this is the Fat Boy that Harley-Davidson made with the largest motor. Now it's not really an exception, but in 2005 they made a Harley Fat Boy. Was it 2005? I don't know. It was maybe 2005, or was it 95? Where they made a Fat Boy with a 95 cubic inch motor in it, and it actually had some gold-plated badging and stuff. It was actually a pretty cool bike. When you're watching out what Harley does, you know, Harley's normally gonna every once in a while do something really cool and really exciting for the Fat Boy because it's a very iconic motorcycle in their line. It's also a bike that they're probably never gonna stop making. I'd be surprised. I mean, maybe, I guess it could happen if everyone just stopped buying it. I love the simplicity of it. Just looking at here, you got some handlebars, 2 lines, and a headlight. What more could you want? Well, I'll tell you what more you could want. This. That little extra power that you get from the 110. Now, we are going to attempt to do a 0 to 60. It's cold. The start's not going to be as good. So, let's assume that the 0 to 60 could be better than what this is. But let's also assume that when you're driving in the cold, it's like 30 degrees outside. Hey, this is what your 0 to 60 could be right now. Now, you'll notice that these bars actually get fatter up here and then get more narrow for the grips, because that's the standard size, but everyone likes a fatter bar. It gives the bar a little more rigidity. It's also kind of a style thing. It just looks cooler. Now, I read something that said that the Fat Boy S does not have as much turning clearance. We're talking about like with the floorboards as the regular Fat Boy. I'm not sure if that's true. I did read that somewhere. I'm not sure why that would make any sense though, except unless the Fat Boy S just has longer floorboards, which I don't know. Seems kind of like a funny thing to do. I like that extra power. And if you want more power than what this thing is, there's a world of aftermarket. There's a world of aftermarket parts that you can do to put this thing on. And that still make it streetable. You know, if you want to put an exhaust, you want to do a power command or some type of computer module tune, all those are great options. But if you want to take this thing, which I think is somewhere around 80 to 90 horsepower with the stock 110, if you want to take this thing all the way, they even have turbocharged kits you can bolt right on there, which is super cool. I'm actually currently contemplating doing a turbocharged kit on my CVO Road King. Now, if I had pants, heated, you know, a good like warm pants, and I had good warm gloves, I'd be comfortable. I'd be absolutely comfortable. And a warm jacket. Warm jacket would be nice. All right, let's do this. There. It's a powerful bike, very torquey bike, but I had no tire spin, and a pretty mediocre start. Just trying to ease it in there, not trying to, you know, lose control. I definitely could have done better if it was a warmer, nicer day. You know, when it comes to tires and stuff, it's all about, can you get the tire to the ground, and is it warm enough? I know a lot of people who their main bike, and all they do is tour riding. They do big trips, like, you know, 2,000 miles a trip is a Harley-Davidson Fat Boy, and it's a great bike. Now they have a wing and they put bags on the back, you know what I mean. But a lot of people, there's something about the Fat Boy that they just love, and it fits them better, and it's really hard not to see that when you're riding one. Even in 6th gear, the thing's got plenty of power. Just roll on that throttle, and the speedometer keeps on climbing up. Man, it is brutally cold out here. I should have been a little better properly dressed. So if you're still trying to find that bike, if you haven't actually found the bike, found the right bike for you, or the bike you want to buy. I know a lot of people, they know what they want and they go get it. Some people, they want to test drive a lot of things to figure out before they figure out what bike they want to buy. A great option would be Rider Share. Check out ridershare.com, and it's a place that's like Toro for motorcycles, or it's like Airbnb but for motorcycles, where you can, if you have a motorcycle that you want to rent out, you put it on Rider Share. If you want to rent out someone else's motorcycle to try it out for the day, or you're traveling and you can't find any, sometimes it's hard to find a place to rent a motorcycle. They've got thousands of motorcycles on here to rent all over the country, probably in your town or the town you're visiting. It's a great way to get on different bikes and try them out. Check them out, ridershare.com. Alright guys, that wraps up this test drive. Although it's a beautiful day, the sun has finally come out in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. It is crazy cold. We'll see you guys next time. Oh yeah, don't forget, check out this video. If you like Fat Boys, check out this video all about Fat Boys and explaining the Fat Boy thing. We'll see you guys later.